Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two pickup trucks making love.
Autothoughts and Decepticlowns. You are listening to Prime Cuts, a non-linear history of the Transformers franchise on television. I'm one of your hosts, Mara.
I'm your other host, Audrey.
And this is the Miko Goes Through It week on Prime Cuts here. This is a good time.
Miko and Hardshell both.
Well, he certainly goes through it. By it, I mean hell, because he's dead.
Yeah.
Because he died.
But he goes through it before that as well.
Yet another, side character who lasts, 2 or 3 episodes before getting blown up. Which does mean he lasted longer than Makeshift and Skyquake. So...
Makeshift is understandable. Skyquake is kind of sad.
Yeah, it's still a bummer. Yeah, Makeshift, you can't keep that guy around. That's just a bad plot guy to have around, because this is oh boy. But yeah, we watched Hurt and Out of the Past this week. So we got some sweet action and some cool flashbacks.
Yeah.
Starting us out with Hurt here.
And yes, I mean, to the point, I did have Johnny Cash in the back of my head the entire episode.
My first note is obligatory Johnny Cash joke.
Yeah.
We start off.
It is an empire of dirt he gets, isn't it?
It sure is. He gets that whole pile of dirt collapsed on his head by the missiles. So we start out at the end of the gang's adventures in New York. It's night now, and they have to find an alley.
Energon.
They have to find an alley to ground bridge out of, so that they don't, get caught doing that. Although apparently we learn later they have already been recorded on CCTV in the sewers. So
yes, whoops. They did kind of beef it.
Yeah,
in New York.
Miko's riding inside Bumblebee, and she's listening to some shredding metal, and Bumblebee turns it off, and she says, "Let me guess, you and Raph spend all your drive time listening to chip tunes."
It's a mean dig, actually.
Yeah, it's damn, it's Jesus. Not cool. And she's not even emotionally hurt yet. She's just being an asshole for no reason.
Yeah, it's imagine if someone said something to someone who was mute along the lines of, "Let me guess, you listen to John Cage."
Oh, what's your favorite song? 433? Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I bet.
Someone's saying that to sound
asshole move.
But yeah, she's like, well, that's fine, because when I'm gonna get back, me and Bulk are gonna hang out and play video games and listen to loud music. And immediately they almost crash into Bulkhead's corpse lying on the ground of the Autobot base.
Yeah. It's yeah, I mean, that's it.
Yeah, that's a cold open. Ratchet is defibrillating the fuck out of Bulkhead here. Apparently the toxin has it would be bad. It would be one thing if he just got shot in the back by Hardshell, but because he had been exposed to a horrible chemical for hours.
Yeah, he's immunocompromised.
Yeah.
And also bleeding out.
And unfortunately, you can't mask against missile. So, but yeah, he's basically dying. And Ratchet is trying to stabilize him. Miko is naturally shocked and then terrified in stages.
The reaction from the other ones, RC being "Toxin, what the fuck?"
Yeah, she's like, "Holy shit."
Yeah.
That's not good.
Because everyone gets back around the same time. And yeah, RC's like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Where did we even find that shit? What?"
It's damn. So Fowler has to hold Miko back from like running over to Bulkhead's side. And when she's asking him like what happened, he let slip that some Insecticon named Hardshell did this to Bulkhead, which will be important later.
I understand it's like a crisis, but Miko's giving off such red flags in this scene. Oh, yeah. The fact that like Fowler doesn't catch any of it is like, oh, buddy, how?
Look, nobody said he was the most emotionally perceptive of guys.
Sure.
Not exactly a big emphasis in the Army Rangers as being like in touch with emotions. But yeah, they basically have to go drag.
It is considered a feature, not a bug.
That's right. They have to go drag Bulkhead to the medical bay. And this is when Fowler gets the call that like he has to go talk to the mayor because of the CCT. Who was mayor during this time? Was it De Blasio?
I think it was Bloomberg. Actually.
Oh my god. So he's got to go talk to Mayor Bloomberg about the alien robots that were in the sewers earlier.
Yeah, it was Bloomberg.
Now, it would have been way funnier if he had to go talk to Eric Adams about the alien robots that are in the sewers.
Because Eric Adams would have listened to him.
Yeah, he would have known. He would have already known about it. New York is like the K-On! Of America.
And then he would have been like, oh yeah, no, the Autobots have been bribing me for decades.
I got to go to Paradron to get some like plastic surgery done. So it was great.
They're my private cars.
Mm-hmm. Drive around and fucking bumblebee all the time.
Yeah. How do you think I got the deal with Turkish Airlines, baby?
That's right. So yeah, Fowler has to leave. Miko is fucked up. They call Wheeljack, who arrives pretty shortly.
So and like Miko immediately to this is like, "Oh my god, you're already replacing Bulkhead," and RC's like, No. Like, what? Like, that is a crazy place for you to jump. We're not replacing him. Wheeljack's known him forever. We thought he might want to see Bulkhead.
Yeah, we thought we should inform his battle husband about what happened.
Yeah, that's his work wife.
That seems like the right thing to do. So, Wheeljack obviously is thirsting for blood immediately. And he looks up at... I actually really love the bits we get here where, like, after triage, Wheeljack is Ratchet's #1 shooter. He's like, he's literally the best doctor ever. And if anyone can save Bulkhead, it's Ratchet. He's the best.
Well, I mean, it's true. Of the selection available, that is true.
And he shows up to ask what happened, and Ratchet tells him, and Wheeljack's like, well, I'm sure you can fix it up. You're the best, Doc. And Ratchet's like, I'll try, but I gotta wait for, like, the toxin to wear off so I can actually operate on him, or else he might just die.
Yeah.
And then Wheeljack looks at Optimus and says, so I'm guessing you're not going to tell me who did this, because you don't want me running off and doing something incredibly reckless. And Optimus says, yes, correct.
How'd you guess?
And Wheeljack says, all right, you got it. And walks off to go figure out who did it on his own. And basically everyone's like, yeah, there's no real way to, like, prevent that. That's just going to happen.
But they're like, oh, well, thank God it'll at least take him a bit to figure it out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile.
And then no one says, hey, where's Miko?
No one says, hey, do you think Miko has a thirst for blood as well?
So Wheeljack's... Oh, before we see this, I think, we cut to the Nemesis, where Megatron is fucking berating everybody. It's like...
I mean, it's like a direct continuation of the last episode of this scene on the Nemesis.
But it's like the finishing touch, because now Hardshell is back, and Megatron basically goes, how do 3 fully grown Decepticons not have an Iacon relic between them? And Dreadwing and Knockout say
the Autobots are in shambles.
Yeah, like Megatron's like, Soundwave is the only motherfucker around here pulling his weight. All I get is excuses from you two. What about you, Hardshell? You got any fucking excuses? And he's like, no, sir. However, I may not have gotten the toxin, but I did murder the fuck out of the big green Autobot. And Megatron goes, okay. That's pretty good.
Okay, it worked. And Knockout. So here's something really interesting, particularly in the context of the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Knockout goes, well, it's been a while since a Decepticon has knocked off an Autobot, if it happened. And Hardshell goes, yes, because I was not here. Mind you, the last Autobot to be knocked off by a Decepticon was, as we keep quoting, Cliffjumper by Starscream.
Yep. And as we'll learn later, Hardshell is severely overestimating how much damage he did to Bulkhead, which will come back to bite him in the ass.
Rumors of his death have been greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, I don't remember what order these scenes are in, because I think next we cut to the jackhammer. Like,
well,
Wheeljack.
Yeah, so to be clear, like, Wheeljack's on his way out and he runs into Miko and he's like, and
no,
he
doesn't run into her. She stows away on his ship.
Oh, right.
And he like hears a noise and draws his gun, and Miko's just grinning up at him. And to his credit, Wheeljack is immediately like, all right, I'm turning around.
Well, no, because he does run into her on the way out first, because she's the one who tells him.
No, she tells him when she's, because the order, so she shows up on his ship, and he's like, right. You gotta go home. This is, I'm on like a blood mission here. I'm on like a vengeance hunt, and you can't be around for that. And she basically says, well, it's going to be pretty hard for you to be on your vengeance mission if you don't know who you're supposed to be taking vengeance on. Real's just like, yeah, they don't tell me, but I'll figure it out. And she says,
no need. I got a name right here.
If you bring me along, I'll just tell you. And then Wheeljack says, yeah, okay. So then we cut to what is low-key my favorite scene of the episode, which is on the Nemesis. The Insecticons are wandering around, and Hardshell is just boasting. He's like, damn, finally some shit can get done around here now that some real Decepticons are on this ship, not these fucking pussy-ass Viacons. And the Viacons are like, what the fuck did you just say, you big stinky bug?
Don't they call them like these
scrap
like,
eaters?
Scrap eaters. There are so many. My one of only two actual notes I have for this. The first one is bold words from Viacons, and second is Hardshell experiences microaggressions.
Yeah, that's later. Later,
Knockout
calls them savages.
Yeah, I was like, you can't be saying that, Red Baby.
And yeah, so of course I wrote in my notes the goons are fighting because they just
Not those goons.
Yeah, different goons. I mean, they are the same. I mean, they are Arachnid's goon squad. They're just working for Megatron now.
Do you think they're gooning for Megatron?
That's what I think they are.
Okay. Well, question answered.
We don't know what we don't see what goes on whenever Hive they're hanging out on the Nemesis. We don't know what's going on in there. Anyway, we see Knockout in the fucking infirmary buffing out all of his numerous scratches that he received from getting hit by a train. And we finally get, he says, man, it was a lot easier to get to all these hard to reach places when Breakdown was around.
Yeah. So
we know what they were up to in their quarters during like off hours. Doing a little bit of buffing.
I mean, that is like the least of what they're doing. Let's be real here.
Damn, it's a lot harder to get all this shibari in place without Breakdown around.
That's assuming that Knockout was the one getting shibari'd, which is not the case. But...
Definitely not the case. So, of course, the fucking like goon brawl breaks out in the hallway, and when he like closes the door when a Viacon comes flying towards him, he makes a scream that sounds exactly like Homer Simpson's scream from like
it does. You're right. No, you're right.
So of course he opens the door again and says, "What the hell's going on out here?" And then an Insecticon hits him in the chest and scratches him again, and he starts like getting mad. We cut to the Vengeance Squad, and Wheeljack's telling Miko the plan. He's like, all right, so we don't know where Hardshell is right now, but we can make a guess that he's with the other Decepticons. So we have to get their attention so that we can draw him out. And the best way to do that is to start blowing up their fucking Energon mines. And, Wheeljack has no compunctions about sending a human child into horrifically dangerous situations. And unlike Optimus, he doesn't even dress it up with, like, notions of a noble destiny or whatever, like a burden of responsibility. He's just like, hey, Miko, you're small, right? Can you just, like, go in there and, like,
listen,
fucking do some recon for me?
Listen, he's a wrecker.
Yeah. I wrote down here at the bottom, one of my notes here. Out of the two spunky human girls who ally themselves with the wreckers, who has a worse time, Miko or Verity? Haha, just kidding. It's Verity by a country mile.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that's a crazy thing to put down.
Miko's friend almost died. All of Verity's friends died badly.
All of Verity's friends died badly, and the one human she liked got fucking mind bound.
It turned into a fucking head.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of stuff going on there. Anyway, Miko goes in there. She's filming stuff on her phone and sending it to the jackhammer. And one of the things she sees, there's like a little cave in here where they're storing a bunch of Energon. So, of course, what Wheeljack does is he just runs in there and starts murdering everybody in the place.
I mean, listen, there are worse tactics you could take.
No regard for Miko's safety. He is throwing Viacons, like, directly at her, it feels like sometimes.
And it's working for them.
It's really working for them. Sure, Miko almost gets crushed or blown up like 7 times, but it does work.
So, hard to argue, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, maybe let's give Wheeljack a human sidekick, and then a few more, because he's gonna go through them pretty quickly. So Wheeljack calls Megatron when they're having like an HR meeting about the brawl that happened in the hall, which is when
it's such a ballsy move. I really enjoyed this because it's like,
it's so crazy.
Who is it that notifies them of a call? Is it just a regular Viacon?
Yeah, just like, sir, we're getting a call from like mine 7B9.
They're saying they'll only talk to you. And Megatron's like so annoyed but so curious.
Yeah, it's like, what fucking Viacon miner?
He's been having the most annoying day that he's had in like weeks, and so he's like, sure, fuck it.
All right, let's see what's going on. So he gets on the call. He's like, yeah, what up? This is Megatron, and Wheeljack says, hey man, I'm about to blow your shit up. There's a great line here when Megatron, the caller ID hits Wheeljack, and Megatron says, Wheeljack, the one who enjoys explosive devices. And Wheeljack responds, what can I say, Chief? I'm uncouth.
And oh my god, and you're about to learn exactly how much I enjoy blowing shit up.
I really love that exchange. And yeah, so he's like, he was like, hey, I'm going to blow your mine up, and I'm going to keep blowing mines up until you send me the motherfucker that hurt my friend. And Megatron's, like, eyes went and goes, sorry, you say hurt, not killed?
Yeah.
And he, like, looks over his shoulder at Hardshell.
And Knockout has some comment here, and it's just like, oh, who didn't kill an Autobot? Whoa. What did I fucking say?
Just talking mad shit for somebody who can't even finish the job.
Yeah.
So yes, then he blows up the fucking Energon mine with some missiles, which is important because Miko sees which button he presses to fire the missiles. So
Secret
they're flying
tool,
to the next.
Et cetera.
Yeah. So Megatron says, "Okay, Hardshell, I don't really appreciate that you overestimated if you killed that guy or not, but whatever. Make it up to me by killing this guy." Okay?
God, it's something like it's something along the lines of someone better be dead by the end of this day, and if it's not him, it's going to be you.
Yeah. He's just fucking fed up with everybody. He's like, we had a slam dunk. We had all this shit lined up, and all I have is this one fucking like thing that makes a noise that hurts people's ears. That's the shit I got. They got the no clip device, and I've got this. Great. Starscream wandered off with the Apex
meanwhile 20,000 leagues under the sea.
Somewhere underneath like fucking South America currently.
Yeah, no, he's going through the Panama Canal, I promise you. Someday.
Yeah. It'll take a while to get there. So we cut back to the jackhammer. They're flying to the next mine, and Miko's eepy. And she's like, I don't want to go to sleep. I'll stay up for this. I need to see you fucking rip Hardshell's head off. And I
want to kill.
She's also like, of course, she's like, this wouldn't have happened if. Then she said this earlier. I actually forgot about this line from Fowler. She's like, this wouldn't have happened if I left him alone. And Fowler's like, nope, you're not doing that. Cut that out. Not your fault. You literally could not have done anything to stop this. But of course, she's still thinking it. And Wheeljack's like, no, look, you're worrying over nothing. Bulkhead's going to be fine. He's in the hands of the most perfect, handsome doctor I've ever met.
Who I don't have feelings for. I'm normal about him, actually. So.
It's purely professional respect on my part, and nothing else. And of course, when he like turns to look at her, she is asleep. So we get to this Energon mine, and Wheeljack, Miko wakes up, and Wheeljack's like, all right, I'm gonna go out there and fight this guy. If I die, I need you to press this button, which will activate the autopilot to bring you back to Prime's base. Because if when Bulkhead wakes up, and I have to tell him I got his fucking like best friend killed,
his extremely squishable best friend,
he will kill me. And of course, she's not very happy about that. But she goes to watch the fight in the jackhammer's view screen. Hardshell pops down out of the mountain, and they have a pretty sweet fucking fight. Wheeljack pulls out some crazy moves in this scene. His opening move is he turns into vehicle mode, like spins around, and then does like a flying drop kick at Hardshell's chest.
Yeah, every so often it feels like the Prime team decides it's like, oh, we haven't had like an action-heavy episode in a long time, and we need to keep the boys entertained. And so they're like, all right, all the budget this week is going to the fight animation.
A lot of the action scenes are just like, it's Viacon shooting or whatever, an Autobot shooting. Like, the action scenes in the next episode are very kind of like, pew-pew. But I'm always down for a scene where two guys just fucking beat the shit out of each other, which is what happens here.
It's true.
Wheeljack tries to do the grenade thing, and Hardshell goes, I know all of your tricks because your friend tried to do the same thing to me, idiot.
Yeah. Wreck me once.
Wheeljack turns himself into a drill at one point. He like does a Sheev Palpatine where he just points his swords up and like starts spinning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's putting up a good fight. Unfortunately, Hardshell just fucking beats the tar out of him.
Well, you win some, you get trashed with some.
And he just grabs, ends up grabbing Wheeljack by the head with one hand and just like slamming his fist into his gut with the other one. It looked almost like he was like clawing him as well.
Hardshell's a nasty little fuck.
He's thankfully though, Wheeljack's down is like, Miko, you gotta go, as Hardshell goes to finish the job, and Miko is like crying. She's getting into the pilot's chair, and she's reaching for the autopilot button, and we see the jackhammer fly up on its own and then shoot two missiles, and Hardshell fucking dies.
Yeah.
And we cut to Miko having pressed the fire missile button with fucking like steel in her eyes.
This, like, in any other, like, series, this would be like the red flag of her going to the dark side.
Yeah.
But it's not.
So
she's fine.
Wheeljack like drags himself back into the ship as a billion fucking Insecticons crawl out of the woodwork to chase them. Really, and he goes like, I thought I told you to hit autopilot. And Miko responds, yeah, well, bad things happen to bots when I leave their side.
Yeah, it's a cute line.
So they are unfortunately being chased by a huge swarm of Insecticons. And Wheeljack's like, don't worry, I got this shit. So he turns on the autopilot, gets up, and he goes through the grenade. And Miko's like, well, you only got one, right? And then he opens a gigantic box, and he says, I only carry one. I've got like 20.
Do you think it's like, for wreckers, do you think it's like the hitchhikers, like, towel
Yeah,
thing?
yes, they all have to carry a huge box of grenades in their ships.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, he pops out of the back and he's got the box of grenades. He's like, I really love this. He's like getting ready to start throwing them, and then he like looks at the box and then looks back at the size of the Insecticon swarm chasing them, and then he looks back at the box and just picks up the whole box and throws it at them and blows it up.
You know, he's experienced enough to know what will work.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? This is a 20 grenade problem, not a 1 grenade problem.
Yeah.
Which does manage to, get rid of the swarm, stop chasing them.
Listen, you can't argue with results.
He like sits back down and says, "So, you got revenge for Bulkhead. You feel good?" And Mika just goes, "No, not really."
And that's the moral of the story. Revenge is a vicious cycle, but sometimes it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, he killed Hardshell. Bulkhead's still fucked up, though. So they get back to base. Bulkhead is in stable condition, but Wheeljack says, like, it's going to take him a long time to... Or not Wheeljack. Ratchet says it's going to take him a long time to recover, if he even will fully recover.
Yeah.
Which Miko is torn up by, and Wheeljack says, I don't really want to see him like this. I'm just going to go. Also, like, when he gets back and then, like, Wheeljack limps inside with Miko in tow, RC goes full Big Sister mode in this and next at the end of this episode and the next episode. Because she immediately asks how Miko is and tells her what's up. And when Wheeljack's like, yeah, she fucking blew that guy up. She's a real wrecker. RC says, can you shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
I didn't ask you.
Cool. Person I didn't ask.
Yeah, can you, like, go do something else? So like the last we see the Autobots,
you're not part of this team.
we literally have turned down like 3 invitations. So Miko cries on Bulkhead's chest, and we cut to the Nemesis where they have dragged Hardshell's corpse up to Megatron. He goes like, "Holy fuck, the Autobot did this shit? That's crazy." And one of the other Insecticons goes, actually, it was not Wheeljack. The human girl did this. And Megatron just looks...
Megatron goes, damn, all right.
flabbergasted. Like, he at first goes... His eyes widen. And then he, like, thinks and is like, damn, that's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, there's, like... I wasn't, like, 100% sure what emotion they were trying to convey.
His
here.
eyebrow is, like, kind of raised.
Yeah,
like,
but
huh.
But it kind of looks like he's like, maybe I should get a little girl.
Do humans have like a well of infinite violence inside them? I should look into this.
The second half of season 2 just turns into Annie.
I forgot to mention also, there's a line earlier from Wheeljack that, like, he says the Insecticons are a hive mind, basically. But, like, with that would have been fine before. But I feel like Hardshell, who is very set apart and individualized, kind of, like, messes with that idea.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it, like, depends on your definition of, like, hive mind.
Yeah.
Right, which is like, is it everyone moves with a single thought, or is it everyone shares thoughts, but not necessarily moves with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think maybe I forget what the exact,
Like,
because he doesn't say hive mind. He says like they all like I think you're right. I think it is closer to the second one. It's like they all share one mind or whatever.
Right, exactly. It's like there's a difference between, whatever you think about this. There is a difference in the idea of being like we all know each other's thoughts.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily the same, like, but we are still independent, like, individuals versus, like, these are many bodies, but they are all moving with the same thoughts, basically, with the same action, the same will.
Yeah, I don't think the Insecticons are fucking plurbs or whatever, right?
Right.
So, yeah, also a great fight line from Wheeljack and Hardshell's fight I forgot is, Wheeljack's talking shit and Hardshell says talk during battle is a sign of weakness. And Wheeljack responds, only if you're too primitive to do two things at once, which then Hardshell punches him in the face.
Like, honestly, I'm pretty uncomfortable with the microaggressions, Hardshell.
Like, damn, dude. You got a fucking problem?
Crazy racism towards Insecticons in these episodes.
Yes, the line specifically the Viacons have is one of them calls them pit-bound scavengers, so like hell-bound scavengers.
Oh my god!
And the other guy calls them scrap eaters.
You guys
like, Jesus,
can't be saying this.
Do we need to have like a fucking?
We need to have like a sensitivity training.
Yeah. Who on the Decepticon? It's Dreadwing. Dreadwing is the sensitivity trainer on the Decepticon warship.
No, it's Soundwave.
Oh god. He just stares uncomfortably.
Soundwave is HR.
Oh, God.
You know I'm right.
That's so scary.
I mean, everything about Soundwave in this show is so scary.
Yeah, we get a we get a Soundwave moment that I've missed so long because Starscream is not interacting with him right now. But next episode we get the classic, like, Soundwave echoes Starscream's words to fucking get his ass.
Yeah.
I love that shit. Which brings us to the next episode, Out of the Past.
And speaking of scary guys whose names end in wave.
Ooh, my boy is here. We'll get to him soon. This is
like maybe the grimmest Shockwave that exists.
I love Prime Shockwave a lot.
Certainly outside of IDW. He might be grimmer than IDW, though.
I mean, I think, like, IDW Shockwave is way more evil than this Shockwave because of this, like, almost absurd scale of what he does. But this Shockwave's energy is so not good. Yeah,
exactly. Like, IDW is, I think, fairly objectively, like, the most evil.
Well, I was thinking about it. I remember that time the Skybound Shockwave fed a bunch of whales into a jet engine that now I'm reconsidering.
Well, yeah, but...
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, that wasn't...
He was laughing, too. He was having a great time.
Well, yeah. You know. It's fun. Listen. Enjoy what you do and you won't work a day in your life.
That's right. But yeah, we'll talk about Shockwave when he appears, because I love... This might be... It's close, but this might be my favorite incarnation of Shockwave. Which we won't really see any more of him until season 3, but he will come back.
There is just something about... I think... Who's his voice actor?
David Sobolov.
David Sobolov does, like, a very good job of, like, walking the line between, like, all of the previous Shockwaves in terms of, like, disaffected, but also, like, incredibly pompous.
Yeah.
So it's, like, more emotive than, like, some other Shockwaves. Like, it's more emotive than, I think, like, animated.
Yes.
Right, and like some other Shockwaves, And obviously you don't hear the comics voice, but I think it is more emotive than the IDW comics are, like, laid out to be. Which is, like, very purposeful. Like, the entire point of the IDW comic Shockwave is that he was, shadow played. So doesn't have emotions anymore. But, like, more emotive than some of the other ones, but, like, still just, like, so grimly black and white. And, like, without nuance. It's a really good version of Shockwave.
Yeah. I will talk more about him once he appears, but first we start in a little flashback, and you can tell it's a flashback because 1, the Nemesis is in space, and 2, Starscream is on it. 2 things that are definitely not true now.
Yes.
RC gets dragged in, and Starscream is, of course, gloating and being a dick, as he's wont to do. And he's like, all right, well, I've got, it's funny, I finally captured the elusive and stealthy RC. And you get the sense that since Tailgate died, she's basically been Batman. She's just been doing, like, solo fucking, like, stuff. She works alone. She's just, like, totally shut off from everybody else. Which we'll hear
It's also, like, unclear to me at this point in time they talk about it a little bit, but, like, what the Autobots even look like on Earth right now.
Yeah, well, I guess on Earth it's probably Prime, Ratchet, and maybe Bumblebee and Bulkhead. This episode is, I believe, adapting, like, a prose story. Oh no, it's from the graphic novel. It's from, like, the prequel graphic novel series for Transformers Prime.
Got it.
So it's, like, partially adapting stuff, like, existing material, and just sort of tying it in more explicitly.
Sorry, yes, and I didn't mean, like, on Earth, but, like, it's unclear about, like, what the makeup in general of, like, the Autobots sort of, like, looks like, and, like, where they're based or anything like this.
I think it's, like, I think we get more information about that later, but from what my understanding is, they're, like, pretty heavily scattered, as often is the case in a lot of this, especially in, like, the live action movies, which is clearly where a lot of because, like, we hear, like, a message from Optimus telling people to come to Earth, which is, like, straight out of the first movie.
Right.
So, like, I would imagine that it's, like, a lot of small cells scattered everywhere to, like, monitor Decepticon activity while they just kind of do their thing.
Sure.
But yes, RC is here, and Starscream wants to interrogate her to get the codes to decrypt this Autobot broadcast. And she literally tells him to go fuck himself.
Yeah. Oh god. She says get fragged, right?
Yeah, she says get fragged.
Yeah, get fragged.
Go fuck yourself, Starscream. And he's like, yeah, I figured you'd be like this, which is why, you're not the only one. You're not the only Autobot staying aboard the Nemesis right now. And some Viacons drag in their other prisoner, Cliffjumper, who is, of course, not voiced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in this episode. Because
can you imagine?
They ain't got he's got a lot of lines in this. Way more than in the first episode, so they can't afford that shit. He is instead voiced by an actor named Billy Brown,
who does a reasonable Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson impression.
Yeah, I think he does really well at fitting the cadence that Johnson had for Cliffjumper in his one appearance. The sort of, like, easygoing, kind of boastful, like, way he talks.
Yeah.
I think he does a really good job of imitating that without just trying to sound, because he's not really. They sound pretty distinct, but it's close enough. And this guy is mostly a TV actor. He's done some voice acting. He's in a lot of, like, movies and stuff as kind of background characters. But it seems his biggest role is as a detective on the show How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh, that's a real role.
Yeah. So that's the end of the flashback. We cut back to the present, and my note here is I don't think Miko is a certified PT.
Who?
I said Miko. I said I don't think Miko is a certified PT. She's not.
No, definitely not.
Ratchet basically says to us, like, hey. Knock it off.
There's a part later on in this is like the RC steps up as a big sister episode, big sister character episode, and there is a part later like pretty clear soon here where she's like, hey Miko, have you considered not trying to kill Bulkhead?
It's like, I know you want him to like,
I'm not trying to question your methods, however.
Yeah. She is going full drill sergeant on his ass, and he can barely walk. He's like falling over. His legs are trembling. Because I guess like that missile and the toxin, so like he's probably got some fucking... Ratchet says that the toxin basically like fucking fried his nervous system down to the like microscopic level, so that's basically what he's had to do to like kind of get his systems to reboot and repair themselves.
Yeah.
Miko's pushing him really hard. Meanwhile, I like this little exchange Ratchet and Optimus have, where Optimus is just trying to decode the rest of these icon files, and Ratchet's like, this shitty fucking Earth technology. But hey, with you doing it, I'm sure we'll beat the Decepticons out in no time. And Optimus just says,
well, they have a leg up on us too. Let's not forget.
I appreciate the sentiment, but they have like actual Cybertronian technology, so it's about the same pace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is when Ratchet basically says, "All right, Miko, that's enough. I'm taking Bulkhead to rest," and Miko like frustratedly walks out, and RC goes to follow her because she knows exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, she's like, "Dang, that's crazy."
Yeah, Miko basically goes up to the top of the base to cry, which is funny because that's exactly what RC did in the first episode, which is of course also where Cliff's grave is, the one horn she has left of it, because the rest of it got turned into a zombo and fell into a big pit.
They really did his character so dirty in the show.
I feel like this is like the beginning of the like Cliffjumper becoming a character that dies a lot. That was
this was absolutely the beginning of it.
Because like he died in the Bumblebee movie, he dies very unceremoniously at the end of the IDW universe with the Unicron stuff. I'm sure there's a couple of other things I'm forgetting, and then of course there's the inverse and the Skybound stuff where he like comes in after they fucking murk Bumblebee in the first issue.
Yeah.
Which is a fun little like twist
reversal.
On it. But yeah, this is definitely the genesis of like Cliffjumper joining Dirge as like,
yeah, for sure it is,
guy who gets murdered.
I mean, I think more than Dirge at this point.
Yeah, probably, because I mean Cliffjumper shows up a lot more often than Dirge.
Yeah, but specifically for the point of dying immediately.
Funnily enough, I think Dirge is the only Conehead to make it through IDW, which is hilarious. Because Ramjet dies very early in this comics.
I was about to say, Ramjet goes fast.
That issue is fucking hilarious. He's like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take over the Decepticons and coup Megatron. It's going to be great. And Megatron just beats him to death.
It is one of those things that's sort of like Starscream with Rat Trap in that where it's like, I've done this and I'm better than you at it. So where it's like Starscream's done this and he's better than you at it.
Yeah, it's like, brother, I've been dealing with this shit for millions of years. You are dumb as a bag of hammers. Do you really think I'm gonna let this shit slide?
Yeah.
Bro, your thing is that you hit things really hard with your head. I can get 7 other dudes who can do that. You are not important enough to not murder. Anyway.
Rihanna voice, don't ever get to thinking you're irreplaceable.
RC comes up there, and Miko immediately tries to play off that, oh, I wasn't up here crying my eyes out. I was just thinking about stuff.
Wait,
and RC
Beyonce.
Goes,
whoops.
Yeah, man. RC goes, yeah, man, for sure. Anyway, you want to talk about it? And Miko goes like, no. I don't know, what do you even know about what I'm going through? And then RC just kind of looks over his shoulder at the grave, and Miko goes, fuck. I didn't mean shit. I'm sorry. But our ceasefire's like, yeah, I get it. You're saying shit. I'm going to tell you a story about a time when I was also in your shoes and I was angry and sad and pushing everybody away. And then some big red idiot fucking pushed his way into my life.
And also I got to punch Starscream, so it was like a win all around.
Yeah. There's a bit in the cold open where, it's the cold open because they drag Cliffjumper in, and to establish that it's a backstory, RC just looks at him and goes, I don't know why you're using like him as a threat. I barely know this guy. I don't care about him. And Cliffjumper just goes,
ouch.
Jeez. Okay.
I thought we were friends at least.
Like acquaintances, maybe. Like at least co-workers, but like, damn. So yeah, they're getting tortured on the Nemesis. Neither of them are talking.
My favorite
getting more and
Panic
more
at the
frustrated.
Disco song. Tortured on the Nemesis.
So they're flying to Cybertron, and he still doesn't have the codes. And Soundwave just kind of, as he does in his Ghosts of Christmas Past style, when Starscream is like talking about how the hell he's gonna get these Autobots to break, he just silently points at a tower on Cybertron, and Starscream just goes, "Oh no, we're not going to that fucking asshole for this. I can do this myself. I don't need him to help me with this." And Soundwave,
also, he's weird, and I don't like him.
Yeah, his vibes are so fucked. He's got a fucking a bunch of vats full of dudes growing in his basement, and Soundwave just repeats what he said earlier about this. This code is extremely important. And Starscream just goes, I gotta go deliver this Energon to him anyway, so I guess we might as well. I always adore the Shockwave and Starscream infighting. It's so funny.
Yeah, the two of them. This is maybe actually my favorite dynamic of any show between the two of them, of any series.
Which once again we will see so much more of in the third season, and there's so much good shit in there.
Yeah.
So they get them to Kaon, and this whole time, Cliffjumper's whole shtick is that he is a talker. He's a chatter. He fucking speech checks his way out of stuff. So they get to this big room, and there's just a table full of torture implements, and he just goes, That's not good. It's kind of disheartening to see. And Starscream says, well, you had a chance to just give me the codes out of your own free will, but because you're being so obstinate, I've unfortunately had to call someone else in who's very good at dealing with this sort of thing.
A colleague who I hate, but boy, will you hate him more.
He, I don't like him, but I can respect how good at his job he is, and his job is doing the most fucked up shit you can imagine. And here he comes, and out of the door comes Shockwave, and immediately, number one, so Prime loves to mash together the live-action movie designs and other older designs, and Shockwave is the most obviously
I've said this before, and I will say it again. I like exactly one Bayverse design, and it is Shockwave.
And they have adapted Bayverse Shockwave's thing of just being a huge fucking dude.
And you know what? He looks fine as hell.
Yeah, he is.
I'll say
gigantic.
it. I'll be brave.
He's fucking he went to the gym. He got jacked. And G1 Shockwave, he's sort of an effete villain. He's kind of he doesn't really get his hands dirty that much. He's just sitting around on Cybertron. Well,
that's mostly because he's ineffectual, I feel like.
Yeah, he's really.
I don't think it's for lack of trying. I think it's.
You get outsmarted by the Dinobots. You got to really rethink some things about your life.
The newest Chuck Tingle coming to you soon. Outsmarted by the Dinobots.
And other Shockwaves are similar. They're less ineffectual, but they're still very much manipulators and not really super strong guys. They're strong, but that's not really what makes him dangerous. And similarly, that's not really what makes him dangerous here, but the fact that he is a big motherfucker is like what sets him apart from other Shockwaves, because he literally, like, his footsteps like rumble the floor.
Yeah, like they make a very, I think, purposeful show of being like, he's a fucking gun.
Yeah, he's got, his arm cannon is huge. And he's got like this, I love how big the hose that connects to that, which I think is that's another Bayverse thing, the gigantic hose that connects his like body to the gun.
Yes.
That shit looks so good.
Yeah, no, listen, Bayverse had exactly one interesting design in my opinion, and Shockwave was it, and like, he fucking looks good. Sorry, he looks good in Bayverse too. Like, I'll admit it, he looks good in Bayverse.
Him and his big pet worm.
The thing about him in Bayverse is he's one of the only actual, like, distinctive designs. Yeah. Like, when he's on screen, it's like, oh, that's Shockwave, as opposed to, oh, that's any random bit of metal.
Yeah, if you didn't know, if I didn't label them and I showed you like Movie 1 Megatron, would you be able to fucking identify that thing as Megatron? I don't know if I would.
I mean, fucking forget that. Movie 1 Starscream?
Check out this Dorito. Do you think that what character do you think this is?
I don't know, fucking Astro Train? No. Fuck you.
Yeah, this is Starscream. He's wider than he is tall.
That's right. He's Rouge the Bat, and he's wider. Wider than he is tall.
I really love this first scene where Shockwave comes in, he says nothing, and he goes right for the fucking torture tools, and Starscream goes, "So, what you doing there?" And Shockwave just doesn't look at him for a while. And he grabs the cortical psychic patch, which you of course seen before, and we learn here he invented that shit, which makes sense. Because
he's a sicko.
Yeah, because it's fucked up and scary. This is also why, when they were patching into Megatron's comatose mind earlier in season 1, RC was like, I am absolutely not doing that. Because she gets her mind hacked in this episode. And she doesn't have a good time.
She does not.
But yeah, Straka the first time we hear... so David Sobolov, he's been in the franchise before this. He's the voice of Depth Charge in Beast Wars. Yep. And of course he was also Blitzwing in the Bumblebee movie and Battle Trap in Rise of the Beasts, one of those fucking jobber ass Terrorcons. He was the guy that turned into the fucking pickup truck.
Okay. I don't yeah, that's fine. I don't care about the Terrorcons, but that's fine.
Yeah, but I quite like David Sobolov. I think he's a pretty good voice. He's fucking Kaido's dub voice in One Piece, and he does a really good job.
Oh, okay.
He's great at playing dudes with deep voices, and this Shockwave's voice is so fucking it's
so like menacing. It's like genuinely scary.
Yeah, Corey Burton is doing his own thing, and the animated Shockwave is basically the same performance with maybe more menace and more like actually being good at his job because animated Shockwave is also pretty good. But this Shockwave, when he talks, is just completely almost affectless, like deep voice, and he just basically tells Starscream, "I know what I'm doing. He feels like genuinely
sociopathic.
Yes,
like genuinely, like you could live or die, and I wouldn't care, and I don't see other people as like living things.
Like this is a performance of a character who is ruled entirely by logic and does not give a shit about anything else.
But also is like consciously evil. Like
yes.
There is a line in this I can't remember what it is that Starscream wants to do. Oh, he's saying to let him take care of Cliff Jumper since
Shockwave fried RC's brain.
Yeah, fried RC's
seemingly
brain. And so he's like, let me, like, Cliff Jumper's mind. And Shockwave's response is, I don't think that's the wisest decision, but indulge yourself. And it's like, whoa, dude! Whoa, dude!
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know about that, Scoob!
Yeah, his first line, in fact, is like, because Starscream's like, Shockwave, he says, are you certain you can extract the decryption code without first nullifying our subject's neural net? And Shockwave turns to him and just says, I invented the cortical psychic patch. I am familiar with its idiosyncrasies. And Starscream just goes, yeah, okay, I'm going to go stand over here.
But for me, there is something about that line, indulge yourself.
Yes.
That is where he's like, oh, it's like, I don't understand the appeal of spending all your time torturing this guy, but sure, if that's what you want to do. Like,
I'm not going to stop you.
And it's just,
I don't care.
Yeah, it's just like so, ooh.
Yeah, and he just walks off. But of course, RC's brain being fried by the cortical psychic patch was all a ruse. Make no mistake, it was bad. But she's feigning dead to basically like free herself from the bonds on this table here. And Cliffjumper does his part by talking Starscream's ear off. Which annoys Starscream so much that he ultimately tries, he decides he's just going to kill him by stabbing him with his bare hands, which is, of course,
how he does kill him, yes.
Yeah. It took a little bit, but he finally got to do it. But, of course, by that time, RC has freed herself, beats the fuck out of Starscream, and shoves him into the psychic patch.
Yeah. So,
they do threaten him first, though, because they're like, she's the shit she says, this is how you know she's in, this is dark place. RC is like, I'm going to turn you into a fucking science experiment if you don't tell us if you don't, like, tell us what's in there.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
It's like, Jesus. So she's like, look, man, I don't know what any of this stuff does, but I'm willing to just start using it on you until you tell us what Shockwave is up to. Yeah, and so of course, Starscream very quickly tells them, like, okay.
One of the things, really quickly, before that, is that while Cliffjumper is talking to distract him, he's like, Starscream's like, which torture tool would you like to be used on you? And Cliffjumper goes, I don't care, man, your choice. I'm just gonna use it on you in the end.
Yeah.
So, when RC is like, I'm gonna turn you into a torture science experiment, it is, like, a direct call back to him being threatened.
Yeah. And then, of course, Cliffjumper comes in to be the good cop and goes,
whoa!
I don't know if I can stop her, man. She's kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah, she's insane. She's crazy, man.
Maybe you should probably tell us what's up before she, like, starts pulling your fucking teeth out or something, man. And Starscream, of course, folds immediately and tells them, okay, Shockwave is building a space bridge under Kaon. That's why I'm giving him so much energon. He's about to turn it on, and he's going to go to those fucking coordinates that's in that message. Because they did decrypt and hear the message, and it's, like I said, it's just Optimus saying, hey, Autobots out there, there's some fucking little shitty planet in the edge of, like, known space called Earth, and I think it's going to be important. Come over here.
We'll make popcorn. It'll be great.
So they go they hook Starscream up to the patch, and they go to find Shockwave. And of course, this whole time, RC has been very ardent that, no, you're not my partner. I work alone. I don't know you. To Cliffjumper.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Yeah. And Cliffjumper is the one who goes like, look, I know you're feeling fucking shitty. I know what happened to Tailgate. But you can't just shut yourself off from all that shit and from everybody else.
And she goes, bet, watch this.
Yeah. And of course, in the future, which is exactly what RC told Miko earlier. And she goes like, oh, so that's where you got it from. And RC says, yeah, it's good advice. But then Miko says, okay, so you gotta tell me what happened next. You gotta finish the story.
Yeah, well, it's true. You can't leave her hanging like that.
So Cliffjumper passes like 35 deception checks in a row to distract the guards of the space bridge. He like goes up to these Viacons. He's like, "Hey guys, What's up? I'm actually defecting now. I hate
Oh,
Optimus.
you didn't
like,
hear? Yeah, no.
hear-
Like,
yeah,
Optimus
no.
is a pussy loser bitch, and I
like-
hate that guy.
You just go at Starscream. We worked the whole thing out. It's cool. It's good. And the Viacons are just like staring at him the whole time. And then they put their guns out, and Cliffjumper says, "Fucking Shockwave's behind me, isn't he?"
Yeah.
And yes, he is.
And Shockwave goes, only Starscream would be unable to kill a prisoner in bondage.
Only Starscream could fail to dispose of a helpless captive.
Yeah.
Which, hey, maybe it's Starscream muttering to himself after he kills Cliffjumper in the future, like, fucking, I could do whatever I want, Shockwave. Fuck you.
Again, I mean, it is...
kill a helpless prisoner. Fuck you.
Okay, here's the thing about Starscream killing Cliffjumper. No one will... Starscream won't shut up about it, but also everyone else is just like, wow, it's been so long since a Decepticon killed an Autobot. So, what is the truth, you know?
It's like, damn, we've been on this shit-ass planet for so long. The only people who have died have been Decepticons. One time the Autobot killed, we've had a couple of Decepticons killed by Autobots. We've had a Decepticon killed by a crazy fucking spider lady who is technically a Decepticon.
At that point, is she?
I don't know.
I don't know. She's technically a Decepticon at that point. I think she's technically a traitor at that point.
Free agent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're like, of course we've chewed through, 100 fucking Viacons at this point, but we haven't managed to kill any of these motherfuckers.
It kind of sounds. And then I said it kind of sounds like he's just feeding Viacons to, and Megatron started crying.
So, Shockwave,
it kind of sounds like you're just feeding Viacons to RC, and then Megatron started crying.
Yeah, RC and Cliff start fighting. While RC is keeping all of the Viacons busy, Cliffjumper goes over to the space bridge and basically sets it to self-destruct and collapse. And Shockwave just walks over there, shoves him aside, and goes, "Oh, you fucking set it to explode. How rote. I'll fix this shit."
He's so condescending in this. That's the other thing, is that and it's so masterfully flatly delivered.
It's you've disabled the energon containment field.
Yeah.
How boring.
Yeah, exactly. And it's I don't know, man. The performance here is amazing. It's a really good performance.
I forgot yet again. Shockwave falls victim to rocks fall on his head for a bit there. At least he gets back up. Of course.
Yes,
but that's
because
what
he's
takes
huge,
him out of the
large,
fight.
huge. So so he's about to kill Cliffjumper, and RC's not this time, and then shoots the rocks above his head.
Yeah, so which is what allows them to set the space bridge to explode.
Yeah.
At some point, Starscream comes back in and goes, "Oh shit, the space bridge is gonna explode. I gotta go." Which is at the point that Shockwave, fucking Undertaker's up from where he is. Just walks over there and says, blowing up the space bridge, okay. Cliffjumper and RC decide, basically, well, I mean, it's pointed at where Prime is anyway. We might as well just go.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah. And of course, Shockwave implacably just kind of follows them in. He's like, "Oh, well, I'm not letting you go. I'm not. You gotta go you gotta fix this shit." I love the noise his gun makes. By the way, it's
I'm sorry, Prime Shockwave is just so cool.
It's just a sharp noise, Bzank.
Yeah. There's something. Yeah, I think there's something very visceral about it.
Yeah, it sounds like it'll fucking hurt. He's shooting at them. He's pinning them down as they're traveling through the space bridge. And RC basically squares up to him cowboy style. And this is the sickest shit I've ever seen in my life. So he squares up to him, he raises his gun to fucking blow her head off, and she spot dodges and shoots him directly in the eye.
It's good. The show's good, guys.
So while he's stumbling around, like firing at them, they manage to get through the space bridge. It collapses. And they both say, like, you think that shit killed him? And Cliff Rivers goes, probably not.
And he was correct.
Yeah. Although, apparently at this point, they didn't know. They were like, we didn't really have any plans for Shockwave going forward, but obviously they figured out what to do with him in the 3rd season. You know, he has all sorts of great stuff to do there. But unfortunately, it's going to be the last we see of him for this section of the podcast.
He turns animals into a science experiment, just like RC was threatening.
He goes full Jurassic Park mode. It's amazing. He learns that in the ancient past, Cybertron had fucking robot dragons, and he goes, well, I gotta fucking bring that shit
wait,
back.
that's sick. I can do that.
That's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
I can Frankenstein some terrible things.
Yeah. Yeah, we cut back to they go to find Optimus. We cut back to the present, and Miku and RC have a little, like, thing. RC's last line here is, like, funny. At first, I didn't think I'd ever get used to Cliff's constant chatter. Now there's nothing louder to me than the silence. And Mika just, like, puts her hand over RC's and just watches the sunset. Very nice.
It is. It's like it's a sweet episode.
Yeah. It's a sweet episode, and also a sweet episode because Shockwave's in it.
Yeah.
And he's fucking sick. It's my dude right there.
It's true. We are, as the kids say, so back.
Like, I was thinking about it. I think if you're counting every incarnation, I do think Shockwave is probably my favorite Decepticon. I'm just always down for some fucking freak shit.
The thing about
and his
Shockwave
design is so good.
Is that he's actually pretty varied in terms of depiction, but they're always really entertaining.
It's like you can take the basic character idea of a, like,
mad
scientist ruled by logic,
and
ambition, and you can do a lot of different stuff with that.
And whether he's, like, the most menacing shit on God's green earth that, like, has ever walked, or just an unbelievable fail son.
I think the only time any other Shockwave has matched Prime Shockwave's aura is the reveal of IDW Shockwave as Onyx Prime. That shit goes crazy.
There's that, and there's the multiple reveals of, like, I would argue that the reveal of him as being the Senator is also...
Yeah, that one's really good, where they finally reveal who Orion Pax's senator buddy who got shadow played is. That's crazy. But, like, part of it is just because that panel was drawn by Kizama, who's the best fucking artist ever. But just the panel of all of the armor falling away and Shockwave looking up at Optimus and going, hello, old friend.
Yeah.
And you just see Optimus go, like, his reaction is like, what the fuck?
Which, like... Optimus, he was using the same name.
No, this is the Onyx Prime.
Oh, the Onyx Prime. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Where he just, all of it falls away, he looks up and says, hello, old friend, and Optimus just looks like he's about to freak out.
Well, to be fair, I met God, he was a furry.
Yeah, like, last time I saw this guy, he got fucking teleported into the nth dimension because his crazy plan failed, and apparently he's been here the whole time.
Sam Reich voice.
I've been here the whole time, Optimus.
Welcome to a game changer.
Alright, we got some questions. I'm sure some of them at least are Shockwave related.
Hey, Sam Reich, I got a pitch for you!
Go back. Wait, what's the pitch?
You know. Alright, yeah, we have some questions. 1 second. Let me get to the right channel here, which I, like, never do on the right time. Okay, here we go. Starting off from the Decepticon Surfing Division, what are some of your favorite nerds who decided to pump iron to become beef?
Sorry. I'll answer that question in a minute. I just about, do you know the fucking My Name is Skylar White Yo video where it's that guy doing the crazy face?
Yes.
I just imagined that, but just overlaid with Tarn's mask.
Oh my god. Boom! My name... Don't come near my husband. Doom!
Fucking, it's his powers to talk people to death, but it's just making vine booms.
My favorite is Mob from Mob Psycho 100.
That's a good one. Probably buff nerds.
No,
Good archetype.
she didn't say buff. She said who decided to pump iron.
That's true. Nerds who decide they're gonna get buff.
Who try.
I'm like drawing a blank. Oh, I was gonna say, Prime Shockwave.
Great. Data collector Sidewinder.
I used to be a wimp, and now
I
I'm
have
jacked
anchor arms.
because of anchor arms.
Data collector Sidewinder asks, how detailed was RC when describing Shockwave to Miko? She seems super detail oriented and she never forgets a con. Do you think she went into super detail about him, his big chest, tiny waist, etc.?
Yes. Miko, you wouldn't believe how big this dude's tits were.
Oh god, it must be so sad to be Miko and be a fandom of one because you can't tell anyone about your super secret alien friends.
Yeah.
What a lonely life. Oh god, what's the 4chan thing? A real George Dingleberry?
What the?
Is it?
What
George?
did you just say to me?
Oh god, wait.
I don't know what you're referring to. So the
okay,
thing you
there's a
just said is
4chan
fucking crazy. Oh yeah, no, wait. I remember now. It's
something Barry.
It's like a guy who just like, I make references to this thing I'm writing all the time. It's like that's the
You're
total
being
John
a
Dingleberry
real something Barry.
Yeah, I can't bring it to mind right now, but now I know what you're talking about. But
from my absurdist novel about a guy who wakes up with a valve on the back of his head or something.
Yes. Ugh.
1 second. No, I have to find this.
Gregory
Berrycone. That's what it is.
That's such a tremendous name.
You're being a real Gregory Berrycone.
What a fucking good name. Holy shit.
Sort of the opposite ends of the spectrum of Spief. Do you know the Spief thing I'm telling you about?
Yeah, I think I do, yeah.
Which was like rate my opening page.
Yes.
And it was like a high fantasy novel, and the main character's name was Spief.
It was Spief. I mean, that's one of the most legendary fantasy novel openings of all time. The other one, of course, being Orc City.
But the thing is, so this was like on Reddit, where it's like, rate the first page, and then there's like an edit. It's like, wow, you guys are really having some trouble with the name Spief. But I promise you, if you read it, it's like Spief is real to me. Spief is real to me, so I'm not going to change it. But I promise you, if you give it a chance, like Spief can be real to you too. And the guy was like, "It's like English isn't my native language," and someone was like, "This guy's from Argentina. Spief isn't a thing in Spanish either."
No, it's not anything.
Yeah, Spief. It's like it's equally weird in Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
tremendous.
Okay. Also from Sabrina, a lot of archived media likes to show that revenge and vengeance tends to be not enough and hollow in the end, but that's Turbo Fox droppings. What media do you recommend that shows the revenge and vengeance, revengeance for short, is not only cool but also cathartic? Any contributions to the Cybertronian archives is greatly appreciated.
I mean, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is right there. It kind of implies it's hollow, but also all the shit that happens in it is way too sick.
I mean, here's
to support that.
I mean, I do think Kill Bill is pretty rewarding.
Yep. Yeah, Kill Bill is definitely on that shit. Anything else other than the titular Revengeance?
I'm trying to think if there's any others that immediately come to mind. I guess in a much more lighthearted way, like The Princess Bride.
Yes.
Oh,
classic.
Actually, you know what? The anime version of The Count of Monte Cristo.
Ooh. There you go.
That's a very, very cool If you like Mononoke or like Kaiba or any like of these sort of like very like trippy psychedelic anime, I highly recommend Gakofusho, I think. Gankutsuo.
I gotta check that shit out then.
Yeah, it's a anime, a very like psychedelic, trippy anime telling of the Count of Monte Cristo. Okay. I'm gonna skip the third one because we only do two.
Yeah, you did 3.
Sorry, Sabrina. Scrapple Roan asks, if the Autobots in the series had hollow matter avatars, what would be their spicy food of choice to create their own rings of fire? I mean, what? I think I always go for, like, a tteokbokki or, like, other Korean spicy... Like,
yeah,
tteokbokki's
Korean
my go-to.
spice.
What?
I said, like, Korean spice will really...
Yeah, no, like, the kimchi... Tteokbokki's my favorite. I love tteokbokki, but, like... Anything that's putting that like good gochujang in there.
Absolutely. Fucking stuff of legend.
Best suddenly buff arc or moment in fiction. Hard mode, no Uncle Iroh.
Oh, this is easy. It's easy. It's not Uncle Iroh. It's not Uncle Iroh at all. It's Ned Flanders.
Oh yeah, no, it's stupid sexy Flanders.
It's the episode. That one's great too. But I was thinking of the one where Marge is in that production of Streetcar.
Oh, yes,
then,
yes.
Takes his sweater off and he's fucking built.
Yes.
That and, of course, Groundskeeper Willie. Grease me up, woman! Okie dokie. Because he's also, like, buff as hell. Those are the two that I always think of. But yeah, to me, it's always Ned Flanders.
Yeah, no, I don't think I can beat that. Ruby asks, is this the return of Jockwave?
Sort of. I think the thing that makes Shock Blast Jockwave is that he's a fucking jackass. He's not really Shockwave. He looks like Shockwave, but he in no way acts like him.
Yeah, this Shockwave is like a Mossad agent.
Holy shit.
Like, truly... I mean, I'm not wrong.
Yeah, Jock at least implies some nature of jocularity, some, like, lightheartedness or, like, sociability. This dude's a fucking
This
freak.
dude is doing war crimes. For
Yeah.
fun.
He's doing some other shit.
Yeah.
He's cooking up some shit in his basement. So no, I would not say that this Shockwave is Jockwave. Because he's so flat and off-putting. And competent. That's the third
yes,
thing.
extremely competent. Dead Name Stealing Faye asks, which other Transformers do you think would look good with a Prime Wheeljack style pompadour?
He does kind of...
He does.
Wait, how have I never noticed that he's got a fucking pompadour?
You didn't notice he's a greaser? That he's literally a fucking greaser?
What the hell? Am I stupid?
I'm not answering that.
I've watched this show like 3 times. I didn't pick up on that fucking... Oh my god. God damn it.
You're one of today's lucky 10,000.
all of my knowing ball credentials about Transformers have been fucking shattered.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, I can tell you about beast machines, but I can't see a friggin' pompadour.
Alright, to be fair, Beast Machines is the one thing I can't tell anybody about. I haven't seen that shit either.
It's true. We're both going in fully blind on that one.
But yeah, who else? I mean, this is a decision of like who would be fun to attach a pompadour. Trax. I think Trax would rock a pompadour in the Prime style.
Perceptor.
Ooh, interesting.
I want to put a pompadour on a nerd. That's what I want to do.
Yes, wait, hang on, that's really good. Yeah, I think Perceptor is.
Perceptor
but unlike
my
Wheeljack,
go-to
he
response.
is still nerdy. Yeah. Unlike Wheeljack, he is still nerdy.
Yeah. So did Cliffjumper sound different in the flashback because he was sick, or was he just sick when he was captured and killed by Starscream? Oh, definitely the latter.
He had a cold that day.
He had a cold that day. It's the only way he got.
Yeah, it's why his it's so funny that he got beat by a bunch of Viacons. When's the last time When's the last time they have been a threat at all?
It's a very inglorious death.
That episode maybe is the last time they've been a threat at all. Because like they keep having to invent new goons for them to fight to be a threat, like hard shell.
And Mech.
Yep, and Mech.
Cliff the Dead Jumper, Chet asks, how scared would you be if you were captured and tortured by a Frankenstein-style Halloween mad scientist, except that he's 6'10" and built like a linebacker?
Terrified.
I'd be terrified. I might be a little horny.
I forgot to mention there's a bit where he like Shockwave like grabs RC and throws her away from the console. His whole hand like closes over her head.
Yeah. And she hits the console hard.
Yeah.
It's like a very visceral yikes.
I mean, just the idea of like Dr. Frankenstein, he's fucking jacked as shit. It looks like he's been hitting the juice. Yeah, that would certainly be an experience.
What do you suppose is logical reasoning behind big fuck off cannon arm? It looks cool as hell.
Sometimes logic dictates that you gotta get a little crazy with it. Sometimes, maybe, okay, here's what it is. It's like I want a weapon that has a lot of power, so it needs to be big. And also, it will intimidate my enemies if it's huge and fucking scary looking. There you go. And also, the fact that it's looks sick as hell is like almost a bonus, right? Like, it wasn't even trying to go for that, but hey, it works out.
Hey, Vine asks, what is the right age for children to start killing? Apparently around 14.
Yeah, like when you're like a sophomore in high school, I guess. You can blow up a big bug with some missiles. I'm taking... After I graduate, I'm taking a gap year to blow up some big bugs with missiles.
Sorry, this is how Lockheed Martin's new recruitment strategy. Did you see... Oh my god, did you see the video of the comedian who like was doing like crowd work and found a trans woman who worked for a defense contractor and was like, I haven't watched the video. I've seen it around, and it's like, tragically, those people are out there. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a part in it, he was like, all right, I have to ask, because you are so confusing to me.
Yes.
He's like, so are you like the only trans woman? And she's like, no, there's like a bunch of... He's like, you're telling me there's a bunch... She's like, what do you do? And she's like, oh, I make motor parts. And he goes, oh, for like what? For like... Controls are like for rockets. And he goes, oh, for rockets? For rockets? And it's just like, and it's like, but he's like, okay, do you consider yourself a liberal? And she goes, oh yeah, I'm quite leftist. And he goes, what? Like, it's always
so, that's always how it goes.
Like, he does rip into her, like, deservedly, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's like, he's like, oh yeah, it's just like, the money's, it's like, love, I love to go to rallies and then kill brown kids on the weekend. What are we talking about here? Like,
yeah, like the thing about it is, one, you can sort of, separate yourself from any kind of complicity. You say, oh, well, I just do this stuff. But also, like, I
don't know, man. If you're making the motors,
if you're making I will say, making the motors for rockets is like way more direct than some of the stuff. But like, there's a lot of trans women who work in aerospace and all of that. And unfortunately, if you work in aerospace, like if you work for NASA or whatever, like as someone who loves space and space exploration, the unfortunate part about it is so much of that shit, especially in America, is so tied up with like defense contractors like Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman and all that shit. They make all of the rockets.
And I will say, like, I am more forgiving because, like, so much of everything in a tech sector is wrapped up to that. Like, I'm more forgiving of stuff like Boeing or whatever, right? I mean,
Yes,
Boeing has
'cause,
its
like,
own issues, obviously, but like,
I worked at Boeing. I'm the one who glued all of the planes together out of like
right,
trash.
exactly. But like, no, but like seriously, right? Like, I'm much more forgiving of stuff like that because it's like,
Yeah. There's a civilian sector to
right,
Boeing,
and
right? They aren't just...
at some point you can, but like, Raylon. Fucking,
Yeah, if you're working at fucking Raytheon,
I'm sorry,
you're like,
yeah,
there's-
Raytheon, fucking.
If you're doing stuff at NASA and you're doing like calculations or whatever, or you're like building stuff there, yeah, you're still in that sphere and you're probably still kind of fucked up, but like you're separated from that and you're like doing something else. You work at Lockheed Martin directly.
If you're building rockets for like building motors for rocket
engines,
and then you're not. Here's the thing: you went to a comedy show and you didn't just keep your mouth shut.
I would, yeah. If you can't say any of that to me belies a severe lack of.
Like, that's what it is. Because he also asks her at one point. He's like, "Have you had any other jobs?" And she goes, "Yeah, barista." He goes, "Barista."
That's the thing. It's like, you don't have to. You know, it was like, well, what else am I supposed to do? I was like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of jobs you can work at that don't involve blowing people up.
Yeah, then say you're a barista.
Yeah, like, just lie. Just
fucking lie. And it kept going for so long, and he kept eviscerating her, and she kept
saying shit
genuinely, and it's like, stop.
It belies a severe lack of self-awareness, which is another way that you can do that and say, yeah, I work at Lockheed Martin building rocket motors, which like get put into missiles, but I'm a leftist. Like, okay,
like clearly you're not.
Like,
right. I'm a leftist, but on my weekends I go to rallies for
what
Palestine.
I really
to counter the 5 days a week that I build weapons to kill Palestinians.
Not how the damn math works out. I really want to know what she defines leftist as. That's always the fun. It's like, all right, so you're a self-described leftist, but what does that actually mean?
Yeah, I don't know how much of this conversation we're going to keep in, but if we keep in any of it, for anyone who doesn't know, I was laid off last month, so I'm currently looking for jobs, and like
Lockheed Martin's hiring.
Yeah, well, to like my point, it's like there are. Like, I could find a job so easily if I didn't have a soul. You know who's hiring right now for someone with my experience at like $30K more than I'm making right now? Fucking APAC.
Oh, Jesus
fucking
Christ.
Birthright.
Oh.
Fucking, like, so many Zionist organizations need good grant writers, particularly with an understanding of the Jewish philanthropy landscape, and they're paying good money for it. And I'm not applying to any of them because I have a fucking soul.
You know, it's like,
fucking Hadassah. Oh my god, it kills me.
It's like, you do gotta eat, but you don't. You don't gotta get the money for the food from the most evil shit in the world.
I could work for APAC. I could work for Friends of the IDF. I could work for Hadassah. I could work for fucking Birthright, but I have a fucking backbone.
Yeah. You should just find something that pays a little less that won't fucking
and you know what?
torch your soul.
Like, listen, I am not free from, criticism or blame or whatever. Like, some of the places I'm looking at have some pretty milquetoast politics. But you know what? I'm okay
preferable.
I'm okay with milquetoast politics. It's like, the guy who heads it, I'm not, like, thrilled with his history or whatever, but, like, the actual work is the actual work, and it's fine. You know what I mean? But, like, I am making the decision to not work for fundamentally evil organizations, because I have some goddamn ethics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway.
Shockwave.
Anyway,
Shockwave.
Why is it so often when Shockwave shows up in a series, he's just so interesting, so different from the other Decepticons? Sigh.
Swoon.
I mean, same.
You like it, fucking putting hearts over the bit in Skybed where he's shoving the whales in the end.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so from like a very like, I guess horny perspective. Like, I don't know the best way to say this, but like, if you're gonna be a robot fucker, go like the whole way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is something so intriguingly alien about both his design and his personality in a lot of series that it's like, oh no, Mr. Shockwave.
Yeah, his like, it's
so
like like no human features really. Like, he's humanoid, but he's got no face. He's got a gun for an arm, and yeah, he acts so like off-putting. It's like, yeah, he's got the sauce.
Yeah.
Same thing with Whirl, right? Whirl, IDW
I think he would
Whirl,
do terrible experiments on me, and I'm not necessarily mad about it.
IDW Whirl fits into a similar place of like, he's a fucking asshole. He looks like a demented space chicken made of knives. So like, just go for it. Just like what do you have to lose at that point?
Yeah, but Whirl actually has emotions.
That's true. Whirl you know, Whirl is a like, I can fix him type of deal. You can't. Don't even try to fix.
Yeah,
Shockwave
is.
Don't do it.
I will do terrible experiments to you. It's like, ooh, don't promise me. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
And our last question today comes from Optimami Promilkers. Which non-TFP Autobot would do the best job?
Sam, you're not coming on next week. I've decided in this moment right now, after hearing that shit read out loud.
See, I wasn't going to validate him. I was just going to move right on and not make any comment whatsoever. But also, yeah, Sam, you're not coming on next week. Which non-TFP Autobot would do the best job of persuading Miko and Jackie that the best revenge is letting go and living well?
Ooh. Jackie's going to be a hard sell.
Beachcomber.
I think like, fuck. He just smokes a lot of weed.
Yeah, no, he just brings weed.
Hey, man, I know you're bummed about all this stuff, Jackie, but like, maybe put the swords away and try this out. And Wheeljack's like, fine, but I don't have to like it. Then, you know, cut to like an hour later, they're just fucking laying on the ground looking at the stars.
This weed ain't shit.
Yeah, this edible ain't shit. Yeah, I think it is Beachcomber. I'm trying to think of anyone else who would say that shit.
I mean, wrong.
Maybe. I was also thinking maybe IDW Springer, because he's a very nice boy.
He is, but I don't think Springer has enough sauce to talk someone else off the edge.
No,
he's been through too much himself.
I think maybe that, you know, could help that he is coming from a place of experience and he's a wrecker.
And he's a wrecker.
Like, Wheeljack would actually listen to him. But yeah, I don't know if he could do it. Beachcomber, though.
I think Beachcomber's vicious weed could calm him down.
He's got that. It's like the fucking inverse of Toxin. It goes crazy.
Accidentally gets Miko high.
The fuck? Contact high?
Yeah.
See, this is... They freak out. They gotta figure out if she's okay or not. I was like, can humans have robot weed?
Yeah, no, it's like looking up cat poison.
It's like the comic of the rage comic of that guy. It's the rage comic of that guy's dog walking in the room.
He's gonna tell my mom.
She's gonna tell Optimus. Oh fuck. Yeah, just Wheeljack, like a Cheech and Chong movie starring Wheeljack and Beachcomber. Shit.
Beachcomber and Wheeljack go to White Castle.
I fully believe Wheeljack would be a huge stoner post-war. Like, he's got nothing else to do. He's like, fuck it, I'm chilling. I gotta deal with all my inner demons.
Don't at me, I'm chilling.
That's right. I'm on island time, bitch. Do not call me, text me, DM me, send me a message in a bottle. I am retired. And that's it for this week. We have been Prime Cuts. You can follow us on Blue Sky at primecutspod.biscuit.social. And you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/primecutspod and on the Noise Space Network. On Patreon, of course, you can donate $1, get access to our side show about the Japanese shows, the Japanese Transformer shows, currently starting with Headmasters, which certainly is a trying experience, but we will get through it together. And at $5 and above, you get access to
being held hostage
Nautica.
by headmasters.
We're being held hostage by fucking Chrome Dome. At $5, you get access to Prime Pass Nautica, our quarterly deep dive into the weird and wild woolly bits of this franchise. Our latest episode was on micro continuities, such as the very early Beast Wars toy bio that presented it as a direct sequel to G1 and had Optimus Primal and Megatron be the same guys as G1 Optimus and Megatron. This lasted about 2 months before the cartoon came out, and obviously changed all that shit.
Yeah, they were in a what my job would refer to as a growth period.
And at the $10 level, you get all that and shout it out at the end of every episode. So thank you to our Elite Guard members, Sabrina Steele, and they call me the Inner Gobbler, the way I be eating Cybertronian ass. I'm Mara. You can find me on Blue Sky at marawivern.biscuit@social and on Tumblr at Cyclonus with a 5 at the end of it.
I'm Audrey. You can find me on Tumblr and Blue Sky at Optimum on Prime. You can also listen to the other podcast I do called Pot of Greed. That's about Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm also a script editor as well as a voice on a audio drama, The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, which will be coming out the first day of summer this year, starting the first day of summer this year. And the pilot of which is available right now at www.lydiadisappears.com. And sometimes I do Star Trek themed drag and other drag. You can find all of that at Maxwell Warp on Instagram. That's it.
Until next time, listeners, I am going to drop kick a stag beetle directly in the face, transform and roll out.
I'm going to grit my teeth in the face of so many microaggressions. Oh my god, what is everyone's deal? Transform.
Knockout, you gotta come to HR tonight. We gotta talk about this shit.
What?
You can't. I was telling Knockout, you gotta come to HR.
Yeah.
We can't be doing this shit.
Exactly.
You gotta sit there and Soundwave has to look at you.
Yeah, and before HR catches me, I'm gonna transform and roll out.
Peach.